Discord mic issues. Is my sound coming through? Yep, great. Party time, yes. Okay. Tom seems to be having some mic issues. And we're just waiting for Kildare to join us as well. Happy 2025! Yo, Kildare.
I guess Thomas having issues.
Yeah, looks like Thomas having some mic issues. We'll give Tom another 2 minutes. If it doesn't work, I guess we can start first. All right, let me bring up that list of questions. Hope everyone had a good holidays. And yeah, welcome to first AMA. All right, I guess Thomas having some mic issues today. I can kick it off. Actually, I think Thomas rejoining. Hey Tom, any luck?
Sounds like that's a no.
Okay. Damn. Well, we'll make a start first, but hopefully Tom can fix the mic issues. We've got.
Still can't hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got you. Yeah.
Oh, hooray!
Excellent. All right. I'll pass it on to Tom to kick off.
Right. Sorry about the slow start, guys. Always something going on with the mic settings in Discord, I think. I need to stop setting it for other chat programs as well. I hope everyone's doing really, really well. It's been an excellent start to the year. We're really looking forward to answering your questions. Thank you for taking the time to submit questions. We really do appreciate it. We want to spend as much time as we can answering people's questions and responding to the community. So these kind of events really are a great opportunity to address people's concerns. I do want to say, just before we get into it, we are very much aware of a couple of the issues that have surfaced over the weekend. I will go into that more as we have a couple of questions related to this. We are working on that pretty much by priority at the moment, entirely by priority. It's something that we are focused on. This may slightly delay the post for the beacons and pins for the 2024 tournament season, as we want to make sure that performance is back up to an acceptable standard. So we do apologize about that, but please know that we are working on it and it will be resolved as soon as possible. I've just heard from Hai on the server team. It looks like he's discovered a few things already, which we may be able to resolve. At the same time, anyone that spent Starbucks on the live AI event over the weekend, we will of course refund. We'll just be taking a bit of time to make sure that that goes out as well. So again, we do apologize for any performance issues with the server stability over the weekend that may have been a result of the patch. We will get those resolved as soon as possible. All right, let's get started. The first question we have today is from Rufus60. Good to see you again, Rufus. What is the lowest we could possibly go on the tournament immunity timer? This is a great question for Vincent.
Hi. So with the timer, unfortunately, we can't really give an answer on this yet because it's still kind of under review for both technical and design reasons. But we're definitely looking into the possibility of lowering it. Yeah, we just need more time to discuss this internally as well. So yeah, we'll have to get back to you guys on that.
Yep, definitely. It's something that we've been looking into. I think the initial reduction was popular, but if there is more we can do, as Kildare said, we should be able to move on that, but we'll need time to properly review. Next question is from Zuzu D3s. He has two questions. When can we CRISPR Whaler? I can probably answer that one first, actually. We are looking into methods of CRISPRing special crew, but we'll have to have a bit of a chat about that later. That's something that will be coming up in the future. It depends on a couple of decisions that we've got to make regarding the accessibility to CRISPR crew. I do want to use this opportunity to say, though, the option to purchase special tier crew will be expanded upon when we've got that crew ship that will appear in the Spice Trader section. Next question is, can you please buff bad holes like 7474 and Cybership? It's fun if every ship is usable. Probably a good question for you, Kildare.
So unfortunately with the older ship house, because the problem with them is that it takes quite a bit of time and effort to be able to make any changes to them. So unfortunately, this entirely depends on whether or not we have that kind of time in our pipeline. But at the moment, because we are very busy and we have a lot of things in the pipeline, unfortunately, we won't be able to prioritize them. So if any thing, it's more of whether, in the future, if it opens up, we will look into it. But chances are it's probably no.
Okay, cool. Good, honest answer. Next question is from Captain Gino. What are the plans for this 2025 December AMA? Many things were spoken about, but what can we expect for the next months of 2025? Anything new? Game-changing stuff? Where is the beacon skin? When can we expect this stuff? Okay, so just to break this down, over the next couple of months, there will be a lot of new content added to the game. Our core focus at the moment, as you may have noticed, has been improving server stability and performance. One of the big issues that we've been quite clear that we need to address by priority is the issue with modules being returned to inventory. That's extremely frustrating for players, and it's something that we can definitely relate to and that we want to get resolved. As you may have noticed from the recent patch, we are focused mostly on performance. Obviously, some things have gone awry this weekend, but we'll be focusing on that. As a result, this will slightly delay some of the things that we had planned originally, but we are going to supplement that with a lot of cool live ops opportunities. As mentioned by Zin in the last AMA, we are working with some very interesting, exciting IPs that we can collaborate with and add some content to the game. This will not just include battle seasons, of course. This will include possibly new missions, possibly new events, things like that. I don't want to overpromise or anything like that at the moment. But yeah, the thing is we need to make sure that this module issue is resolved once and for all, because players shouldn't be experiencing this kind of poor experience. It is something that we do believe we should have a solution for, and we'll be working on that over the coming weeks, possibly into the next month. I do want to mention that the beacon skins were slotted for today, but as we're addressing a couple of core issues from the weekend, it may be slightly delayed. Fingers crossed it would still be this evening, but it's likelier to be tomorrow. Everything is already prepared, everything's good to go. We just need to make sure that we're actually spending our time focusing on resolving these issues by priority. I hope that helps to answer that question, Gino. Next question is from Captain Synthetic. Can we see improvement to tournament systems anytime soon? Like perhaps a star filter? This is a good one for you, Zin.
Yes, I think this came up a few times. I mean, filters. Nobody likes filters. It's like an Instagram filter. You don't know what you're looking at. But we are testing some new mechanics on PSS2. Mentioned also last AMA. We'll see how those run first, and it's kind of a good opportunity to experiment in the beta. If anything is good, we'll migrate that over as well into production PSS.
Okay, cool. Next question is from Anna. From Savvy's perspective right now, which strategies are too strong, /balanced, /underperforming? We hear player comments about X is OP or Y is too weak all the time, but I'm curious to how Savvy views things. Well, I think we've all got an individual perspective based on which strategy we prefer and how many we see, especially as the meta shifts in opponents. But this is probably a good one for Kildare to give a good response to.
Yeah, that's kind of a loaded question there. So, well, I mean, there are definitely some meta strategies that I mean, like they are kind of like we consider on the stronger end, like gunships and talus spam. But the problem is because it's a bit more complex than that. Like especially with talus spam, it's because of their investment required. I know it's like there are many players who probably disagree with me on this, but yeah, but we're definitely like reviewing constantly. Like I always get feedback from players all the time um, about which strategies are quote unquote performing or underperforming, that kind of thing. Yeah, but
Yeah, and I think the process
yeah.
we use, this happened with the super weapons, but the process we use, firstly, there's feedback on Discord,
Yeah.
and then we look at the stats. We got reports to get the numbers on which strategies are actually statistically performing,
Yeah.
and then we make adjustments based on those. But that takes a bit of time because
Correct.
it's a
Yeah,
art and
yeah, well
science to
said.
balance, right?
Well said. We always refer to data. I mean, realistically, Kildare and I every day will have extensive theory crafting discussions. We go into detail and a lot of possibilities with different strategies, how we could supplement them, how different AI setups supplement them. Some of the more interesting strategies that players have posted, we're always going through those. You'll see Kildare always replying to these posts, and please know that we always review all the feedback posts as well. That's a part of our day-to-day kind of policy as well. We'll always make sure that we're reviewing these things as well as trying them out ourselves. Okay, next question is from VC Brain Damage. Great name. Will there be another lower tier ship option like the grey ships 1 to 10? Some players feel trapped between using faction that they're stuck with and the grey ships which are completely unusable before level 9 and 10. I would say that's subjective. We could probably have a bit of a chat about that. This is probably a good one for, I would have said Kildare, but Zin, do you have any thoughts about this?
Well, the gray ship. So we're testing those to be playable in PSS2 demo. We'll see how we get. They're kind of like original design. So if we make them more accessible, they'll have to be completely rebalanced, which goes back to an earlier question for Kildare. It's just a matter of prioritizing that against other new features. And I think right now we've got a lot of new features we're trying to bring live, and the focus has to be on one thing or the other right now.
Yeah. I mean the question they're asking is more of like whether there will be another ship other than Grey. So there's not so much creating
another.
yeah, it's just they're asking because currently the Grey ships are the only ones that you can have from level.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying. I misread that. Yeah, I mean we have a Visery faction, but it's not designed to be playable. That's probably the closest thing we could get playable. There's no plans right now to make another playable faction though.
Yeah, I mean again, it's probably also the same answer as with editing the older ships because it still requires a lot, even more time investment required to create a line of ships starting from a lower level. Because we need for obvious reasons we need a lot of ship.
And
design.
plus, if we did do another line, it wouldn't just be the ship designs, which is a lot of effort, but it would also be weapons to go with that faction.
Yeah, good answer. It would have to be an entirely new faction. I don't think that we'll be able to focus on this in the near future, but we will keep the suggestion on file and see what we can kind of have a look into. There's possible alternatives we can consider here, but we need to make sure that we're assigning our resources to make the game better overall. We can always take a step though and review the 1 to 10 experience for players when we can. The next question is also from VC Brain Damage. Is there a set release date for an open beta for Pixel Starships 2 so we don't need to rely on the rare occasion where we get a key drop? Zin?
Yeah, not yet. I think there's a couple of PSS2 related questions. We'll get to that in the next question as well.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Next question is from Ocean Flats. Are there any other changes on the evasion system in the future? It's a bit of a two-part question, so I might leave that there. Kildare, do you have any thoughts that you'd like to add on that?
Yeah, no thoughts on this.
Yep, fair enough. It's relatively new anyway, so I think it would be a bit overzealous to start changing things so quickly until we have more data to review. When will telespam, including spooky cat or other types, get balanced/nerfed? Also for Kildare.
Well, I mean that this no changes planned as of yet. I think this depends entirely on what we decide for like collections and stuff as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a multifaceted thing to include collections in that question as well. Obviously, they are balanced based on all strategies in the game to make sure that it's properly balanced and not just balanced in a single use case. I would also say that Telespam has seen a lot of changes and a lot of opportunities to add new counters recently. Those are still being colours at the
We're
same
losing you,
time.
Thomas.
Say again, sorry, bud.
We were losing you there for a second. Sorry.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying that we have recently added a lot of counter options to telespam strats. I think if you talk to the telespam community, they would feel quite the opposite, that they've been overnerfed. So we need to give it enough time to have the proper data to review before we make any changes that would significantly affect someone's strat that they've invested into. Next question is from Captain Velia. Since we have pure build strategies like telespam, gunship, and missile ship, will we get a pure hangar ship build too?
Yes,
This is something that we've been discussing, so it's a good question for Kildare.
Yeah, it's we're definitely like gonna make allowances for players to be able to make a pure quote unquote hangar ship build. So yeah, I mean that will just be dependent on any future rooms that we're adding. So not at this time, but yeah, definitely one of the goals in mind.
Yeah, the hangars are beautiful. We will also have some special hangar features coming up, I think. Yeah.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
next question is from Captain Synthetic again. Will we ever be able to have more control over the colors of our ship? Being able to use a hex code to choose the primary and accent colors of our ships would be lovely, as the current sliders are a bit difficult to work with. Zin?
Yeah, that sounds super nerdy, and I think we were all super nerdy pretending to be not that nerdy, but why hide it? That sounds like a pretty good recommendation. We'll see what we can do there.
Yeah, I don't know about hex codes. Perhaps we could just look at reviewing the UI panel for how you choose your color. I know it's a bit fidgety, that slider.
Yeah, hex code sounds cool. Yeah, it's a good idea. Let's do it.
No, we're cool. We wear leather jackets and ride motorbikes. Okay, thank you for the suggestion, Synthetic. Next question's from Prime Hunter. Hey, good to see you, Prime. Is it possible to decrease the price for custom UGC stickers, but not disbenefit the creators themselves? Okay, so the price needs to remain as is for now. One thing that people need to consider with the price, or I'd request them to review, is stickers are actually sellable. So while they do seem pricey and on tier with other skins, which should, by logic, be more expensive, it's something that players can use to gift stickers to each other. It's something that we don't want to have an economical impact, hence why they're not tradable on the market, but only giftable. And it is something that needs to be considered when reviewing the rarity of these stickers. UGC is still in its very early stages. We can't even say how long things will be available for, or whether they will be permanently available. So I think this needs to be incorporated when considering the price of stickers. And it is something that, there's a lot of, how would I put it, prestige or reputation tied with being able to have some of these more rare stickers rather than the ones that appear for 10 Starbucks. And there's always an element of creativity there, as well as people zoom and position their stickers to give an overall different look. So yeah, we can look into this, but for the moment, they will be remaining as is. Next question is from Matabuitas 3000. Sorry if I butchered that name. Will we have new legendary crew members in the future, like a crew member with good pilot stats? Yes, that is one of the things that we're hoping to add in update over the next few months. As we kind of need to focus on getting some different content in other than the core content mentioned as features. So by that, I mean the wormholes, the war events, things like that, as they're on kind of the back burner while we focused on performance. We will also look into adding some more crew. You can also expect a number of crew, perhaps not legendary, but other crew added alongside the IP collaboration. So that's something to look forward to. Next question is from Steiner20. Can you make it so the Starbase doesn't shoot in LL battles, or tourney battles? It just creates unnecessary RNG, which you can't do anything about. It has no place in the competitive environment. Zin, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question and a good angle at it. But the tournament and the IRL PvP were both designed to incorporate fleet mechanics. So that's baked into the design of the game. We can look at doing another like arena mode where the fleet doesn't affect individual battles, but our design ethos currently is part of the fleets are core part of the game. So we're not going to look at changing tournament to remove that, but maybe something else.
Good answer. I'd still argue there's counters to it as well. It's something you can definitely consider as part of your setup. Next question is from Cassiopeia343. Good to see you, Cass. Will PSS2 be a mobile game or just Steam? Zin.
Yeah, I think this was the question I was averting to earlier. This and then the next question. It's a cross-platform game similar to PSS1. I think we're potentially dropping web support just because of the graphics doesn't run very well. But in terms of previews, we've been dropping a small amount of keys just for testing in addition to Kickstarter access. We'll get some more screenshots and videos prepared probably this month, but definitely this month or next month. There will be some more options to access the game coming up. Yep.
Amazing. That's actually something we can really look forward to. Next question is from Black Mensa, and I will say before I state this question, guys, now is a great time to start any last-minute questions you'd like to ask in the chat. We will try to get to those in the last 5 minutes of the AMA, but we'll press forward for now. Next question from Black Mensa. Will we be able to edit or at least recolor craft skins along with the hangars room in UGC? This is something that isn't currently planned to be supported. It requires a lot of manual setup that we can't really put the onus on users to do. So for the moment, crafts will be a very limited edition kind of thing. A couple of years ago, we did add a yearly prize, which was a hangar skin for the fleet winners, which provided them access to this. But due to the amount of work that it takes after the fact, it's something we can't incorporate in UGC in the immediate future, I'm afraid. We'll review it when we possibly can, but for the moment, I'm afraid not. Next question is from Third Eye Maniac. Could it be possible to allow us to have more than 3 stickers on a ship? See, I'd be against this simply because of the creative options that you can already get with 3 stickers, and we don't want to replace wraps. But Zin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a low prio for now. It's obviously possible. We've got some, firstly, there's still some performance issues. We don't want to add anything to that. So once all the other features are out of the way, we can revisit this.
Good call. Okay, next question from Prime Hunter. Are there any plans to buff the Qatarian collection and Pirate collection? Yes. I can't give a timeline for that yet, but it is something that Kildare and I have discussed in the past. It feels strange that they were kind of left out and kept on the old and shared collection designs. So we will be looking into that soon. Probably expect that alongside some of the other collection changes that we have discussed in the past that will be coming up probably in Q2, if not slightly later. We'll see what we can do about getting that solved as soon as possible for you, though. Next question is Destroy for X. Would you delay PSS2 if you thought the game is not up to the quality your player base is expecting? Zin.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned in Kickstarter as well, we want to make sure the game is very playable before we do a public accessible launch of it. I mean, in reality, there's lots of different things to balance. There's other stakeholders as well. But we do have some options of like limiting the release, like we have been already. We've been dropping some keys, just there's a lot of experimental features, so it's probably not quite ready for public access yet. But yeah, in due course, I guess.
Got you. Okay, guys, I will move to chat questions. I'm just going to pluck one more question from the preset questions. Please note that any that we've missed in the preset, I will respond to in the thread after the AMA is concluded. Could we get rotating stickers? We will discuss that. Third Eye Maniac, rotating stickers, definitely we'll have a chat about that. One from Mr. Sushi, can we get a refresh button added within the Fleet Council, which would reset any dono timer that you currently have out? I tend to forget to resend donos a lot and lose battles because of it. Okay, it would be handy to have a dono refresh button, so whenever you log in, you can just reset the timer. So pretty much sending the exact same donations, I would imagine. I would have said Kildare. What are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, we could theoretically do it. The issue is just whether or not we want to do it.
I think it's a good
think this is
idea.
more of a
I think this is
question,
a good idea. Yeah, how would we
Just
do
like
it?
repeat last donations or something?
If we put that into something like Rearm, that could be a good quality of life improvement. Yeah. I mean, it would only be
even if when you open up the fleet, it's pre-selected the ones that you've already selected, and you can just donate them again.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have a chat about that. That's a good suggestion, Mr. Sushi. All right, cool. Let's have a look into some of the chat questions. Again, guys, please know that we will respond to any of the missed pre-prepared questions. It looks like there's only a couple, so we actually progressed well today. Okay, just having a bit of a look through the chat at the moment. A lot of discussion about the Starbase going on.
No idea the Starbase contributed to the fight. Oh my god. We need to make those missiles bigger.
No, the main problem with the Starbase is because the game's 2D, so it's hard to simulate because it's in the back, like further in the distance, so it's a bit hard to make it like shoot in a way that's obvious.
Yeah.
I think we can definitely look at reviewing that.
Yeah,
There's a question
let's prior that one. That's a surprise, yeah.
Well, when we can, we're a bit backed up at the moment. Next question from Arendil. Is there any update on wormholes? Just as mentioned earlier, Arendil, as we focus on performance, things like solving the module issue, improving server performance, getting rid of all those strange oops errors that occur, there's been a bit of a delay on that. So we will post an update as soon as possible, along with Wargames, to make sure the players are aware of when it's going to be dropping. We just don't want to do that right now, as it's kind of difficult. It's more of a fluid system at the moment, making sure that we can address things by priority. That's the same with the crew trader, as Zero asked. Zero, that's also something that I'm hoping to get in alongside some of the IP collaboration. It requires a fair bit of art time as well, as we need a new ship, a new background for the shop before we can approach that. I've got the list of crews that will be available. I might be able to share that. Other than that, I'm afraid we don't have any extra details at this time. Just looking. Any updates on those people who randomly pay out 200k bucks as hull 4s and never play again, like that one fleet? I'm not sure what you mean there, Zero. I think we'll need a little bit more information on that issue if you don't mind sending me a DM with that. Delois, why was there, right, you just changed that. Why was there no Year of the Snake item added this year? Unfortunately, we already have a lot of Snake stickers, Snake crew and things like that, as alongside the battle season, which was a very large amount of work that we had to get done towards the end of last year. So unfortunately, we couldn't add anything new this year. As we proceed to future events, those will be expanded upon. I think just from
activity. Can we rename the battle pass to like snakes on a ship or something? That would be cool. More snakes, yes. Let's do an event. We still have time.
There is a snake sticker on the Dove store, Zero. If you want to take a look there, you should be able to see it.
Can we make?
All right, it looks.
Can we make like a pixelated snake? like from the Nokia snake. That would be cool.
Oh my God, like the snake game. God, if we had
Yes,
the
let's
time
do
or
that.
men for that, that would have been fantastic. The question on loadouts, I don't think is feasible at the moment. Scion 7, that is something that we have been looking into. It is something that PSS2 may be able to support, but Zin can probably add on to that quickly as the last question, I think.
No, I'm only thinking about snakes on a ship now.
Snakes on the brain now. Zero more
Let's
PvE missions.
Let's make a movie.
Zero more PvE missions will come as part of the IP collaboration. We can't announce too much, but yes, there will be more missions. There will be not so much a new currency, but a new item that you can find to use with a new trader. There'll be a lot of content there that we hope to expand upon very soon. There is a snake wrap Serrata. There's a lot of like radiant scales and things like that as well for armor skins. It's strange how much snake stuff is in the game. Like a whole snake. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. What we need to do is start getting wraps on UGC. I think would be a very cool thing as well. So we can get the community to input on some of this stuff. I think would be fantastic. All right, I think we'll have to call it there. Thank you for your questions, guys. Again, anything that's missed, we will definitely respond to in the thread, and then I'll unlock it for any extra responses. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Zin. Thank you, Kildare. Appreciate your time. We will be holding another AMA next month. For the moment, please keep an eye out for announcements in Discord and elsewhere regarding issues from the weekend, and know that we're working dedicatedly to get this module issue sorted, to get the performance back up to spec, so players can experience a better standard moving forward as we start to look into new content coming around the corner. I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right.